Hi, you guys. Today we are discussing frenemies. Yep, so let's get into it. I hope y'all got y'all snack, y'all drink, whatever you need to prepare for today's video because we are discussing frenemies. And whether you are a boy or a girl, you can definitely relate. Most of you can, I guess. Everybody isn't a sociable person. Everybody doesn't really you know, deal with betrayal within their friends, but I believe 97% of us does or have, had that experience. So definitely want to discuss and talk about this today. So today, relax, chill, unwind, because we're going to be swapping stories. Now, I'm going to share with you guys some stories and some teachings that have been, I guess, bestowed upon me as I continue to go through this journey of life. I meet and, just go through different things with different people, and so many different lessons, have been brought to the surface, which is a good thing. So if you're out there watching, I definitely encourage you to not hold on to any hurt. And I know it's easier said than done, but we learn our lessons, and we also learn how to not deal with that person anymore. So, what I'm interested in doing as well is just creating a community where we're able to uplift and encourage each other. Life is not easy, it's actually very hard, but we get through these things by learning, teaching, forgiving, loving, and moving on. Okay, so feel free to share you guys' stories. I would love to hear some of y'all experiences and the lessons and the teachings that it brought you, guidance and clarification on. That way, it can also teach and encourage others because some people are afraid to speak about their experiences, but they are watching, they are listening, and they do take in the things that people are willing to teach and encourage them on. Let's get into it. So I hope y'all are having a good day today. Um, I am actually fixing to lock my hair. So if you're looking at my hair like, wow, her hair is just all over the place. I love hair. I love it. I don't do hair at all. But I love my hair. I am fixing to lock it. So pretty soon y'all will see me undergoing the lock process. Side note. But okay, so let's get back to the topic at hand today. Frenemies. Right? Ooh, y'all. Y'all want to know the messed up part about it? I actually have a lot of stories that I'm going to share with you guys. This is actually going to be a specific segment on this channel because we're going to talk about stories, lessons, teachings, and different things that we pick up on that relates to this topic. So when was it that you realized your friend was not your friend? What were those red flags that started going off in your head like a light bulb? Like, this person don't really this person don't fuck with me like I thought they did. This person ain't really my friend. This person ain't who I thought they was. I might not be able to trust this person. Those are the red flags that start going off in the back of your mind. Sometimes, especially when we love someone dearly, we choose to ignore those red flags. And that's even in friendships and in relationships as well. That's not a good thing. We can't keep ignoring red flags. Ignoring red flags is what gets us in trouble. Don't do it. Don't ignore those red flags. Okay. So, hmm. Let me tell y'all about a friend that I had. Right? Been knowing this person since high school. I believe we went to middle school together too, but I don't think we really knew each other that well in middle school. Okay. So I had this friend, right? We were super close. Super close. We got cool borderline close in high school, but we got even closer after we graduated high school. We were super close, right? This was my girl. Now, I've never been the type to have a lot of friends. They just ain't never been me. I always had a small circle of people that was close to me, right? Always. I just have never had a whole, you see some people, they just have a whole lot of friends. I actually don't trust things like that. You just can't have too many friends because, and this is just my experience. And my experience, people are just not this straight. So, and then, okay, so we'll talk about what I was just going to say in a minute. Okay. So, sword time, right? So I had this friend, right? We were very close. We did a lot of things together. We hung out all the time. We spent the night over each other's house. We went and partied. We had fun. We met each other's family. Like, we just kicked it all the time, right? This was my girl, right? Okay. So I started, you know what? I could actually honestly say with this particular, you don't always see the red flags, right? I think you don't really start getting red flags about people until you start going through things. Once you'd have been heartbroken, let down, betrayed, disappointed, right? So I was still fairly young around this time. I mean, I'm young now, but I was younger around this time when this happened, right? Because we were like fresh out of high school. So I was like 18, 19 years old. So there was a day where I had been working, right? So I had been actually doing a whole lot of overtime. I was serving tables, right? So of course, when you're a waitress, you get paid basically cash every day. Majority of waitresses, their take home pay is cash daily. So I had been doing a lot of overtime, right? So I had went to the nail shop when I got off work, routine thing, right? So when I got my nails, my feet done, just a little relaxation after work because my feet was killing me. So I remember when I had got off for work that day, I had took some chicken out the freezer. And I was like, I'm gonna cook some chicken for dinner tonight. This is what I'm thinking, right? So my friend had called me. This the friend I'm telling y'all about. My friend had called me and she was like, hey, what you doing? I said, nothing, about to leave the nail shop, what's going on? So she was like, nothing. I was calling to see, what you had planned this evening. I want to kick it. So I was like, okay, it's cool, girl. So I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna go home and cook. She loved when I cook. So she was like, you cooking? I said, yeah, girl. I'm gonna cook, I'm just go home, fry some chicken, make some broccoli, some macaroni and cheese, nothing major, some quick and good. So she was like, yeah, okay, cool. She was like, you feel like having some company? I said, girl, now you do not have to ask me this. You can come over to the house, right? Cause we were like this, right? So she came over to the house. We had fun. We ate, we stayed up, drink, laugh, talk. Just bonding as girls do. So I went to sleep, right? Now, I had to get up for work the next morning. I had to be at work early in the morning, 6 o'clock. I am not a morning person, you guys. But at that point in time, I was working this job and I had to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. So when I got to work, I went into the bathroom because I always, as a server, at least most servers, we take pride in our appearance because you're the face of the restaurant when you're serving tables. You want to make sure you look decent. So every morning, of course, when I would get to work, I would still make sure, my uniform was clean, everything was right, everything, I make sure my makeup still look good, just making sure I'm up and then plus it was 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'll be dragging ass sometimes, just tired. But I'm trying to prep myself, wake myself up. So I'm in the mirror looking at myself and I go in my purse, pull out my brush to, brush my hair. And how you notice something ain't right, but you don't really like know what it is, like, but you just know something is off. So I go in my purse And I look again, so I'm like, something don't feel right. Something don't look right. What is it? I look on my purse. I had about $350 in cash money, right? I hadn't had time to stop by the bank. So I normally will go to the bank on my off days. Side note. So so I had like $350 somewhere along there. I know it was over $300. So I had a little over $300 in my purse in a little wallet part, right? Gone. All I had left was a $20 bill. That's all I had left. So I looked. I said, hold on. So then I started searching through my wallet. Y'all, I've never been an irresponsible person with money. That's one thing I pride myself on. Ever since, and y'all gotta excuse my nails. I gotta do my nails. I do my nails sometimes. Sometimes I go to the nail shop. I'm a busy person. I gotta do my nails. Anyway. But yeah, so I was like, where the hell is my money? You know what I'm saying? Cause I went to the nail shop. I tipped the girl, with the cash, paid for my nails and shit with my card. I'm like, where is my money? You know what I'm saying? Because I know I did not lose. Like, I know I didn't lose this money. And I know back then when I used to carry around cash on me like that when I was a server, I would double check everywhere when I was getting ready to leave somewhere. I would make sure I double check when I was getting ready to leave the building, leave the place where I was at. And make sure when I got in the car, I would look in my purse and make sure I had my money. So I knew I'm going crazy. I had my money. So I'm like, where's my money? So I'm thinking to myself, like, did it accidentally fall? Is it possible that it fell at the house or at the car? But y'all, out of the 5 years of me serving tables, I had never lost my money. So I'm like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying? I'm half asleep. It's just a lot going through my mind. And all I could do was just start crying. I just cried so hard because it was like everything that I had been working hard for just in the last couple of days was just gone, right? What just gone. It was gone. So I'm like, what in the world? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to figure this out, trying to figure out where is my money? Like, what is going on? So it wasn't in the car. It wasn't outside. It wasn't in the bathroom on the floor. Like, it just was gone. So I called the person who I had been talking to at that point in time, and I was just crying. And I was like, my money is gone. My money is gone. Like, this is crazy. And he was like, what you like? Hold on. Tell me, slow down to rewind back. Tell me what's going on. So I told him what happened. And I was just like, my money is gone. I just don't know. Like, it's gone. So he was like, okay. Uh, he said, now, when I got through crying, he was like, okay. He was like, now, I know you're not going to want to hear this, but your friend stole your money. I said, what? He was like, your friend stole your money. He said, now, I told you when I met her, I did not get a good feeling about her. He said, a girl stole your money. I said, what? I said, nah, she ain't do that. She did not do that. I was more so willing to believe that I actually lost that money or dropped it than to have believed that she stole my money. I said, no, she didn't. She did not do that. She couldn't have. Like, I've been knowing her for so long. That's my friend. We're like this. She did not do that. He was like, yes, she did. He said, I done been through a lot. And I ain't crazy. That girl stole your money. So he was like, don't worry, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about none of that other stuff. But I'm just letting you know that girl stole your money. And when I just kind of sat down, I just thought about it. And I just kept shaking my head because this was more than just a friend. She was like a sister to me. So that in that moment, I still was just trying to process it. Like, somebody that I allowed that close to me, I just don't want to believe that you would take from me. Especially when you know I would give you the shirt off my back. Why do you feel like you had to do that? So he said, this what you do. Because I told him, I said, I don't think she did this. She couldn't have done it. That isn't her. Like, she's never stolen from me before that I knew of. She wouldn't do that to me, right? So he was like, okay, baby, I'm just letting you know. She stole your money. So if you continue to hang around her, you need to watch her. I was like, okay. He said, he said, I'm going to tell you, this what you need to do. And this how you will know. He said, because it's going to come out. So you going to know if she stole your money or not. He said, this what you need to do. He said, call her. Don't tell her, that you think it was her. Don't accuse her. Don't do none of that. Call her and tell her that you think that, he said, call her and tell her that your money gone. Call her crying. Just call her upset. See what she say and watch how she act after the fact. I said, okay. I did what he said, right? I called her. I was crying. And I was like, my money gone. It's fucked up. I had been working all these hours. I'm stressed out. All my money's just gone. She was like, what? Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't drop it? I was like, no. I'm not gonna drop 350, 375, whatever it was. I'm like, I'm not gonna drop that much amount of money. And keep in mind, I was serving tables. So all this money was tens, fives, ones, a couple 20s. Like, it was like stripper money. So I was like, I'm not gonna drop that kind of money. Like, and I've never lost my money before. So this is crazy. So she was like, well, where did you go yesterday? I said, I literally went to the nail shop after I got off work and I went home. And I know for a fact when I left the nail shop, I had my money. Like, I know for a fact I did. This is just crazy. So she was like, well, do you think it's at the house somewhere? I was like, I don't know. I'm going to have to check when I get home. So she was like, okay, well, I'll come over there and help you look. I said, okay. And it's crazy because the people that stole your stuff always be the first one to volunteer to help you find it. But I never heard from her after that. I never heard from her after that. Not only did I not hear from her after that, but keep in mind, I don't think I told y'all the background on this. She didn't have a job, right? She didn't have a job. She didn't have to work. She was still staying at home with her daddy. She didn't have to work. So I'm like, okay. So never heard from her after that. Maybe about two days later, I'm seeing pictures that she didn't post it on Facebook with her and this guy that she was talking to at the time, right? He didn't have a job nor a car. So both of y'all out here at the mall shopping, looking fly, I guess, right? I ain't know with my money. So then, maybe like a day or so later, I had noticed my debit card was missing out of my wallet. My debit card was missing, y'all. So when I checked my bank account, half my money out of my bank account had been stolen too. And she had been going she had been going and getting cash back off my debit card with her money. Well, with my off my debit card and spending it on this man that she was talking to. And when I sat down, I just really thought about it. I had to just realize she did it. You stole it. You stole it. The conversation was different because I could tell even in that day when I called her, I could tell the difference in how the vibe usually is. I just didn't want to believe it. She never came back around me, never said nothing else to me again. And I guess you're probably wondering. Some people was like, well, I would have went, to be her. I'm like, I think at that point in time, not even I think what it was at that point in time, I was more heartbroken than anything. It was past, oh, I'm finna just go beat you up. I wasn't even studying none of that. It was the fact that you was like a sister. I trusted you. I trusted you. You stole from me. I helped you. I helped you get your first job that you couldn't even keep. You were so immature, so lazy, so greedy. You want everything just handed over to you. Got fired, I think 2, 3 days after you got hired for your first job. You know, and that was the, and when I sat back and I thought about those events, it just started playing in my head. I was always responsible. Half the reason because I had no choice but to be. I was out on my own. I had to be responsible. It was just no way around it. I didn't have, never had a big support system. I was young, out of my own, paying bills, working to make sure I had the things that I needed and wanted. I didn't have anybody saying, baby, you ain't got to do that. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you pay these bills, or I'm going to put half on this, or sweetheart, you ain't got to do all that work. You can stay here, go to school, get your degree, make sure, you're setting up a good, you know, bank account for your success, making sure, we're doing these investments. Let's talk about this business venture. I never had, support system like that. It was just, I came from that family of, you got to get out when you turn 18. You on your own. We're going to talk about that in another video. So, I, when I sat back and I thought about it, I said, that friendship wasn't going to last anyway. You did what you did. It's hurtful. Had that little ass money. Because I done made way more after the fact. And it ain't even the fact about the money. It's the fact that you lied and you stole from me. The fact that I'm sitting here thinking about the fact that while I was asleep, after you had came in my house, ate my food that I cooked, that I bought, you was in my bed, right? We watching my TV. We sitting here drinking my drink. While I was asleep in my house, you was going through my purse, stealing my money. Those type of people, they'll kill you. I can't be around people I don't trust. I can't have friends that I don't trust. And as they say, if you steal from me, you will kill me. And the fact that it just disgusted me so bad that while I was sleeping, you was putting my money in your pocket. And you went to spend it on this no good dude. Didn't mean you no good. I'm sure she found that out though. I just, and I hadn't seen her. We hadn't had no conversation, nothing. She ended up trying to send me a friend request on Facebook a couple of years later. I screamed. I deleted that shit. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. I would never be your friend ever again. We would never communicate. We would never be associates. I would never fuck with you again. And this is how you know I'm a real one. We went to school together. I could have put you on blast. I could have put it all out there. What you did, who you are, the type of stuff you really be on. But I ain't even on it. Why? Because I had genuine love for you. Genuine. I looked at you like a sister. I trusted you. And you betrayed me. Well, as I say, real bad. But, you know, she was one of the ones, I guess, and also because it happened while I was so young. She is one of the reasons why, one of the main reasons why it's kind of hard for me to build continuous friendship bonds with women now. She's one of the reasons. I'm gonna got some more stories for y'all too, but she's one of the main reasons. And do I hold it against other people? No, not in a sense, but I'm just very cautious. I'm very cautious with who I let in my life. When you start, if a person gives me red flags, I distance myself from them. And I also had to realize the lesson that I learned with this particular person right here is that you can't hang around people. that's not on your same wave pattern. This person didn't want to work, did other things to avoid going to work to make her money. We did not see eye to eye on that. She didn't have to work hard for nothing. Everything she ever had was always handed to her. So it made sense why you stole from me. You ain't nothing but a taker. That's all you have been. You're a taker. You take. That's all you do. So a person who is just a taker and a person who works hard to go get everything that they have because nothing is handed to them, those type of two people won't mix. That bond won't last long. We have two we have two different sets of principles. We have two different mindsets. It wasn't gonna work. And it took for you to betray me for me to see that. But it's good. That was a good lesson and I needed to learn it. So I thank you for that betrayal. I thank you for that. Because you really taught me a lesson. One that I can also instill in my future generations as well and also encourage my peers about that. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. These frenemies, they're real. And you have to watch your back. You have to be careful. And it's okay to be giving. It's okay to be loving, caring, empathetic. It's okay for all of that. But you have to recognize who to do that with, who to do it for, and also learn people's place in your lives. Everybody's not meant to be around for a long time with you. Everybody's not meant to go where you are going. And it's okay to have friends and love people and be there for them. But just remember, different people serve different purposes in your life. So when you understand what their purpose is in your life, you learn to deal with them accordingly. Food for thought. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear you guys' stories. I also am very open to visitors. Like I said, this is an ongoing segment. If you want to share your story, if you want to come on here, we are also going to do some live videos. If you want to come on here and share your story, talk about your experience, if you need guidance, encouragement, if this is anything you've gone through in the past or recently that you want to talk about, I would be more than happy to listen. I would love to bring you on this show. Definitely let me know if you're interested. I would love to hear your story. Okay, please. What I would like for you to do is email me. I will post that email down in the description box. Email me. Let's hear your story. If you want to get on camera, share your story, encourage others. I would love to hear your guidance, your words of encouragement, your situation. We all can learn here. And I look forward to hearing from y'all. Y'all have a great one. Bye.